Hi guys, welcome back to Decorating Happily Ever After. I'm Jeffrey Kevin. Today I want to show you 4 Christmas centerpieces that are simple to make and will impress your family and guests. Here on the table I'm starting with just a basic wreath. This is sort of a wispy pine, but if you have access to a fresh one you can get one of those at your garden center. But for today I'm doing a faux one. And I have this wire container. I'm just going to set it here in the center. And you can use wreaths like this to encircle a punch bowl, a large candle holder, or even a hurricane globe. But for today I'm going to put it around this particular urn. And I'm just going to take this 3-wick pillar candle and just sit it here in the center. You can get these at lots of craft stores. Hobby Lobby Michaels has these. We're just going to set that in the center. And I like wire containers because they show the things inside. But like I said, if you don't have a wire one, you can use other types. I've got some red apples. I'm just going to place them here around the outer edge. I'm going to encircle the candle. Now you can do this also on a round tray, so long as it has an edge to hold the apples in. And I'm just going around. And now I'm going to do a second layer of apples. And in the wreath itself, I'm going to mix some holly. My backyard, I have got really large holly bushes, and they're just heavily laden right now with holly. So I'm just going to insert the holly into the wreath. A lot of people don't realize that you can mix faux and fresh together, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to pick some in here. Now that we've got that in, I'm going to take some more apples and just sit them around in the wreath and the holly. You've got a beautiful arrangement that you can put in the center of your dining room table or a buffet table. For the next Christmas centerpiece, I'm using a wooden bowl. I got this at Pier 1 several years ago, and I'm just going to do the same thing, except this time I'm going to put a piece of foam underneath the pillar candle, so it will give it just a little bit more height. And I've got some really pretty snippets of spruce. I got this from a friend's yard. And I'm basically just going to lay it around and make like a little bed for the fruit to rest on. And you can use whatever you have. If you have cedar, if you've got pine, even if you don't have any, you can go to your garden center and they'll have mixed greens. You can get those too, mixed evergreens, and you can use those. So now I've just made a bed. Now I've just made a bed to rest the fruit on. And I've got these navel oranges that I'm just going to lay right around amongst the spruce. Okay. Now that we've got that, I've got some holly. I've just cut little small snippets of it, and I'm going to insert it around the oranges. Sometimes you kind of have to pick them up, move them around. I think using fruit for Christmas is a classic. It's hard to believe there was a time in America when fruit was not readily available to us. Now we can just go out anytime and have citrus anytime we want it, but years ago, my grandmother's generation, it was a treat to have an orange. She talks about in her Christmas receiving an orange and what a treat it was. I can't imagine. These holly berries are so plump that my bushes are just weighted down. These old bushes were here at the house, gosh, they're probably 50 or 60 years old, and they're enormous. And they make truckloads of holly, so I'm really blessed to have lots and lots of holly every Christmas, as much as I want. For my next centerpiece, I have this beautiful marigold punch bowl. It's depression glass, and I'm going to use a Christmas classic cloved oranges. Oh, they smell wonderful. They're very simple to make. All I did was just do an X around one way, or I should say a circle around one way and a circle around the other, and then I just filled in the in-betweens. But now you can do fancy spirals and other designs, but I just did something really basic. And I did these the other night while I was watching television. I just laid a towel down and got my cloves, and they're a little pokey on your fingers, but the smell is worth it. I made these about 3 days ago, and they still smell wonderful. The whole room smells like oranges and cloves. I'm going to take a little more of my spruce cuttings and just put them here in the bottom of my punch bowl. And then now I'm going to finish piling around the oranges. Tell you what, let's put just a few more sprigs. Now I'm going to take a little bit of holly and add in. Sometimes it takes a little bit of maneuvering to get them in. You can show off your pretty punch bowl. If you have a ruby punch bowl, that would be beautiful, or a crystal one. You can even use a large urn, but this smells wonderful and it will stay pretty for days. And for my last Christmas centerpiece, I'm going to be using this wooden bowl. And you could take the candle and just sit it like this, but I'm going to be using pomegranates and they're rather large. So I have this candle base. It doesn't go with the bowl, but I thought it blended well enough. And so I'm just going to use it to prop it up. And I could use foam, but since I've got it, I'm just going to use it. Before I place the pomegranates in, I'm going to make a bed here with my spruce. Just going to go around the outer edge and just let it hang off the bowl. Okay, now that we've got that in, I'm going to take my pomegranates, start going around. Sometimes they take a little coaxing. I think pomegranates are so beautiful, and they're a firm fruit. As long as you don't puncture them, they'll last for several weeks. Now that we've got those in, I'm going to take some small sprigs of holly and work them in, just kind of on the in-betweens. I can't decide which is my favorite, but I love them all. Here I've got the cloved oranges with holly and spruce in the punch bowl. And then I've got my apples with the 3-wick candle and the pine wreath. We have the wooden bowl with the oranges and holly and spruce and the candle. And at the end, I have a gold bowl that has the spruce and the holly with pomegranates. And there you have it, 4 beautiful Christmas centerpieces that are easy to make, and you can gather the things from your yard and from your home. I hope I gave you some helpful ideas today and that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with a friend. Be sure and subscribe to my channel, Decorating Happily Ever After, and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss a video. I'm Jeffrey Kevin, wishing you a Merry Christmas. Bye-bye now.